What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Chatting with a Cholo, where you guys will continue to be the audience, and I'll continue to be your heavily tattooed host, the Cholo. Tonight, we're going to be jumping into the TheWhiteBowser video. He's a cow that I've rarely covered in the past, but as of late, his life has become quite a bit more interesting. So, here we are. Now, please, extend a finger to point and laugh alongside me at these cows and these degenerates. They are pieces of shit and they deserve every bit of it, so please, don't feel bad. I'll see you guys in the video. Alrighty guys, here we are with the TheWhiteBowser video. Let's kick a big old fat shout out to Kiwi Tapes for providing this to us today. Go check out his channel, give him a like, subscribe, show him some love. He has a fantastic channel. Big shout out to Kiwi Tapes. Anyways guys, the video that we're going to be watching from Kiwi is the TheWhiteBowser is back, so buckle up and let's get this ride going.
Earl Doobie, also known as the TheWhiteBowser, is back. After going into hiding for almost a year now, he has returned with new emails, Reddit posts, and YouTube videos. Emboldened by a few minor squabbles in the community, and the possibility of a new buddy troll, he has returned with the intention of setting the record straight, and claims to have new evidence that will clear his name. For those who don't know who Bowser is, I recommend you go watch my TheWhiteBowser video, The TheWhiteBowser Story, but I will also give you a quick rundown here and now. Earl would have a series of meltdowns in Smokey MCC's Discord server, saying some extremely disrespectful things to a veteran. Naturally, people were enraged and began to dig into him. Along the way, they would discover a number of disturbing things about Bowser, like his Discord server full of children, his obsession with some extremely creepy anime, and also an incident involving his underage coworker at a movie theater. Earl would not take these discoveries very well at all, and begin to lash out at anyone around him, including my good friend and fellow YouTuber Smokey MCC, due to the machinations of a troll.
Big shout out to Smokey MCC, great channel. That dude does fantastic videos as well. If you like Kiwi, you'll like Smokes. I learned a lot from both these channels. They are both fantastic. Smokey, Kiwi, love both those guys. If you guys don't know them, which if you're part of my audience, I feel like you're going to know who Smokey and Kiwi are, go check them out, show them some love.
Who was talking to Earl in private, he believed that Smokey MCC was a predator, and Earl would make a YouTube video declaring such. After being informed of Bowser's video, Smokey would make his own. Smokey's video included admissions from Earl, old Reddit posts that he had made, actual evidence, as where Earl's claims against Smokey were just from some random troll. After seeing Smokey's video, Earl was not too happy, and for some reason I don't understand, he offered to start a podcast with me. It would be called 110, and for weeks Bowser would get on and slowly make more admissions, and slowly the public would discover the depth of his crimes, causing him to delete nearly all social media presence and vanish. Well, that is until now. And this truly is some butterfly effect kinda stuff, guys. A comment was left under one of the many TheWhiteBowser documentaries that exist today. It stated that they believed Earl was in their Discord server, and they were looking for someone to contact them. Longtime Bowser detractor Liquid Ricky would actually follow up on this comment, and discovered that Earl was yet again in another Discord with minors, and that he had taken a number of steps to hide his identity. Bowser was promptly kicked out of the Discord server and promptly went inactive on that account. But this was not all that Liquid Ricky had discovered. He had also found a new YouTube channel where Bowser was uploading AMVs, anime music videos for short. But this channel was also deleted very shortly after its existence was made public. For a couple of days he was MIA. I had really thought that he'd slipped back into the ether once again. But then Smokey gets an email from him, and it is some of the most egotistical stuff I have heard him say. Hey man, I've been sure to save your email for a while, when I would finally be ready to strike back. I've got 2 screenshots for you. Apparently more than just myself has been lying. In fact, I might have been telling the truth about a few things for a long time. Rest assured, I have like 5 Reddit alt accounts, 5 Discord alt accounts, and many, many more. A lot of you think I'm still hiding. You couldn't be more wrong. I got a collection of screenshots too as well, and I got a lot of insider knowledge on your operation too. Just a quick pause there. What operation, Earl?
Yeah, what the fuck
What
operation?
operation? Everything we do is on the live stream. It's re-uploaded to the Rumble. Like, there's nothing in the shadows that's being hidden from anybody. Everything we do is pretty much out there and posted. So this is how I almost know, like, 100% that he has a new troll that's handling him. The last time he acted like this was back when he called Smokey a predator. He thought he was holding all the cards then. He thinks he's doing it now. You know when I said that you were going to win the battle, you are not going to win the war. The truth has been revealed. I never a minor. All of you lied to everyone. That little house of cards you built, it's gonna come crashing down. You really underestimate your opponent. You forgot I know how to play chess. He's got me there.
And I know how to choke you the fuck out.
I only play checkers. I enjoy checkers. The way he talks here reminds me a lot of Cyrax. A lot of threats, both blatant and veiled. A lot of ego and narcissism. And of course, total lack of hard evidence to support his claims. You see, this exonerating piece of evidence that Bowser claims that he has pertains to his victim from the movie theater incident. Bowser, who is still not denying that the event actually happened, is now contesting the age of his victim, claiming to have new insider info that proved that she was 18. I want you to keep in mind that when this incident occurred, Bowser was in his late 20s, so I personally believe that even if she was 18, which isn't true, people would still be extremely angry at him for this event. He thinks that by proving that she was of age, that now he's going to be able to return and make me and Smokey look like some grand criminals for exposing him. While Bowser doesn't admit that this is his smoking gun right now, it would become very clear through a series of phone calls that he would post to a brand new YouTube channel. The channel would be called Whatever Broski, we assume because the username TheWhiteBowser was already taken. Bowser would upload a series of 3 phone calls to 3 different Imagine movie theater locations. For those who don't know, Imagine is a movie theater chain that Earl worked for a couple years ago. Years later, during the height of the Bowser stuff, when he was coming on the show regularly, a comment was left under one of his videos referencing the old movie theater that he worked at. Heavily misinterpreting the comment as a threat, Earl would rush to the movie theater to try to save everyone from some kind of mass tragedy that he believed would happen. The police were called, and upon discovering that there was nothing wrong with the movie theater, and learning why Earl had caused this panic in the first place, he was banned from Imagine until 2025. A big wrench in Earl's current plans, as he wants to clear his name by proving no one under the age of 18 could serve alcohol at Imagine theaters. And being as Earl had seen his victim's twin sister deliver beers a couple times, that was all the proof he needed. And just recently, he decided to call a number of Imagine locations to try to prove this. Earl would post these 3 phone calls, and this would be the first time that we had heard his voice in almost a year. And
Bowser really is fucking dumb. Again, he kind of has that dorky look like Chris does, like Chris Chan. The intelligence it is not there. And I'm no one to call anybody stupid. I'm furthest thing from being the smartest dude in the room. But Jesus Christ, these guys are they're all so dumb.
Even though some time has passed, it's still the same old Earl.
To speak with an Imagine team member, please press 2. Thank you.
May I help you?
Hi, my name is David. I'm sorry to disturb you at this time, but do you have a manager on duty right now I can talk to?
I'm a manager. What can I do for you?
Okay, so I'm searching for a job for one of my cousins, one of my younger cousins. If you don't have any jobs available at I'm trying to help him out. If you don't have any jobs available, like at your theater at the time, you can, like give me a different theater location that might have jobs available. But what is the minimum age you have to be to work at an Imagine movie theater location?
I want to say 16, but let me double check real quick.
Why couldn't he have just asked that to
Yeah,
you?
If the minimum age to work at Imagine movie theater is 16, then I don't think he'll be able. I mean, I'm sorry, he's my younger cousin. I'm sorry, he's my son. Jeez, I don't have a son. Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting tongue tied. But if he's 14, so he might have to work at a grocery store first then.
Gotcha. Do you know some of the shops in town are also, like, in, like, Geneva, for instance, also higher on the little bit younger side? I do believe our age is 16, unfortunately.
Okay, so yeah, my cousin has to be 16 in order to get hired at any Imagine Theater location. I had a feeling because I knew someone in Michigan. I don't remember his name, but he worked at Imagine Theater location, and he knew a lot of other people who were also 16 working there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all right. Okay, well, I thank you so much for your time. Do you know of any other places in any direct area of Geneva, Wisconsin, around your Imagine Theater that hire people younger than 16?
Well, as I said, if you're looking for younger than 16, I would recommend maybe going through some of the shops just on that main stretch on Main Street.
Yeah, normal retail, right? Normal retail?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for helping me out today. I'll try and help my younger cousin out finding a job. But you've been a great help today. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Have a good one.
Yep, bye.
So first, I would like to start by saying that this phone call does in no way, shape, or form prove Earl right in any way.
Nope.
So I have
Not in the least
no
bit.
idea why he would post this or the next two, because they just prove him wrong. They're all gonna tell him that the minimum age to work there is 16, and the minimum age to serve alcohol varies. Earl is literally calling out of state to different locations using a fake name, because he knows that he's not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. And that if they found out it was Earl calling all these different locations, it could result in a permanent ban. Being as Earl wants to go back in there at the start of next year when his ban is over, and interview his old coworkers to try to exonerate his name, he's gonna do anything to not get permanently banned. I also want to add that Earl seems a little nervous during this whole thing, adding back to my theory that he knows he's not supposed to be doing this, and that it's a pretty big risk. He fumbled his story quite a bit. First it was his cousin, then it was his son, and the manager was notably uncomfortable at certain points, as Earl would literally not stop mentioning children. But it wasn't just the phone call that was pure gold. It was also the description underneath the video, which I'm going to read for you right now. Hi guys. Miss me? I've got a lot more to say. However, everyone will have to wait until February of 2025 for more truth to come out. After the false threat on January 4th, 2023 at Imagine Macomb you guys made me think was gonna happen, I got a trespassing order that I cannot set foot on any property owned by Imagine Theaters for the next 2 years. The delusional manic attack you guys caused me to have, thinking my friends would be hurt, all for clicks and more views. I just want to pause and say real quick that the comment that was left under one of Earl's videos that caused him to do this was not even that threatening. It just suggested that Earl shouldn't go back to the movie theater because of what had happened in the past. Earl misconstrued it entirely. Nobody threatened him, nobody caused him to have this but himself. You guys lied to a lot of people, gaslighting me and others. I never clicked a minor. I've never been a I have a lot more insider information from plenty of emails being sent to me. I would ask you to please stop sending threats in my name to Imagine Theater locations under fake booking events. It could get you in trouble with the police for forgery. I got my connections with the Shelby Township PD and working with multiple detectives. The police have seen all the videos about me on YouTube as well. If there's any more doubt that all of you locked up, and I will never be arrested because I did nothing wrong, I did nothing illegal. A lot more of this will be public knowledge, and it can be found on Kiwi Farms, LinkedIn, and Reddit. As I'm sure you've noticed,
He really
Earl
thinks
is
that.
dripping with confidence and ego. He really thinks that he has something that is not only going to end me and Smokey's YouTube channels, but completely reverse public opinion on him, which is extremely negative. And even though he could not set foot onto Imagine until 2025, he was going to do something here and now to try and fix things. So he decides to call another Imagine movie theater and see what their minimum age to hire is. Because you know his name is David and he's asking for his cousin.
Hi, my name is David. I'm sorry to disturb you today, but do you have a manager on duty I can speak with?
You're speaking with the manager. How can I help you?
Oh, great. I'm so glad to talk to you today. So, I have a younger cousin, and I'm trying to help him find a job. If your movie theater doesn't have any job openings right now, you can tell me like a different Imagine movie theater location that might have job openings if yours doesn't. But my younger cousin, he's a little young, so I need to ask you, what is the minimum age requirement you have to be to work at an Imagine movie theater location?
You have to be 16 or older.
Ah, okay. Alright, yeah, my younger cousin is 14, so he's not old enough to work yet. Darn it, I wanted to help him out, to find a job. Okay.
Well, it was nice of you to try to help.
Yeah.
Try to help him out.
Yeah, I know, thank you. Do you know of, like, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Do you know of any other, like, normal retail, like, regular grocery stores, like, anywhere around your Imagine movie theater location in Novi that, you know, does hire younger than 16?
I'm not aware of any workplace that will hire younger than 16. No, I'm sorry.
Not even in Novi?
Nope.
Wow.
I think 16 is generally the minimum age at which people can begin working.
Shoot.
Pretty common knowledge, Bowser.
I could have swore, like, even for Kroger, you could be as young as 14, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I might be wrong too. I just know that I've encountered 16 as the minimum age.
Yeah, because I knew another guy who worked at
Doesn't care.
Palladium. He knew a bunch of kids who were 16 who worked there.
Guys, I don't mean to just let this video play and not really talk or say anything, but it's a lot of just, I don't really quite know where to pause it at. So I apologize if this video is not super duper transformative. I'm trying to make it transformative, but it's kind of hard. Anyways, I'll shut up.
There, and so he told me the same thing. Alright, well, I tried to help my cousin out. Maybe I'll tell him that he's got to concentrate on school instead.
School's important.
It is, you're right, school's important. Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks so much for your help, bye.
No problem.
It's here where we really begin to see just how much Bowser is trying to cover his tracks. Over half this phone call was him asking about locations that weren't Imagine, wondering what their minimum hire age is. It's all part of him covering things up like calling himself David, fabricating all these stories, instead of just outright asking the question. When the guy again said 16, he gives us a Chris Chan-esque sigh. He also mentions the name of the movie theater over and over again. In the past, Earl has tried to incite harassment against these movie theaters to try to get his trolls in trouble, and I believe that this was another aspect of these videos, so that they would be flooded with phone calls complaining about Earl. Do not do this. It's exactly what he wants. Again, I have no reason why Earl would post this call. It does nothing to exonerate him in any way. Honestly, it's a little unsettling, calling multiple locations asking their minimum age to hire with a fake story. And on top of it, it's a movie theater chain that you're banned from because you've had multiple improper instances there. I really don't know how he thought this would help his case in any way. But Bowser was not done yet. He was going to call one more movie theater and post that online. And this time, Bowser goes a little bit more in-depth as to the information he's after.
Master Frankfurt, how may I help you?
Hi, my name is David. I'm sorry to disturb you today. I'll try not to keep you too long. Can I speak to a manager right quick?
Yeah. What seems to be the issue?
So I have a bit of a younger cousin. I'm 21. I work at one of the Imagine locations in Michigan as a bartender. I'm also a crew lead. But I have a younger cousin. His name's David. He lives in Illinois. He just lost his job, and I really want to help him find a new job really fast. I just need, like, confirmation of how old you have to be a bartender in Illinois or something. Imagine. I know you have to be.
If he was a bartender and a crew lead, wouldn't he know all this fucking information? This story is so stupid. It doesn't even make sense. Like, dude, just call and say, yeah, can you tell me what the minimum age requirement is to work there, please? Bang, boom, you're done. Oh my god, these fucking lolcows are so stupid.
Be trained first to be one for any Imagine location.
Yeah. For Illinois bartender laws, I know it's 21 you have to be to serve alcohol.
You know what's funny? So back in June 2022, Gretchen Whitmer passed a law for 17-year-olds to serve alcohol. Before that, it was 18. Back in June 2021.
In what fucking world, dude?
So yeah, what's also the minimum age you have to be to?
Never once in my life have I been to any place that serves alcohol and they let children serve it. That sounds really fucking stupid, Bowser. Letting kids bring out booze? Fucking dipshit.
Work at Imagine movie theaters.
So, as long as you are 16 or older, you can be employed at a location.
Okay.
Younger than that, you need a work permit. But we do have people who are still in high school working here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because in Michigan, you have to be 16 to work at any Imagine.
She doesn't care.
Location. And I worked at Imagine movie theater for a long time, and I've seen how June 2021 you had to be 18 to work at a bar. Then 2022 in June you had to be 17 because the labor shortage and COVID, and then it's so on and so forth. But anyway.
I almost don't believe that at all.
All right, well. I'll try and help my younger cousin in a different way then.
I could still try to hand you over if you want to still speak to a manager.
Oh, you're not a manager?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I was offering how to help you. I can.
No, I appreciate you, dude. I do. Well, okay, fine. Let me speak to a manager then.
All right, just give me 1 minute.
Okay. Hi, my name is David. I'm not going to keep you too long because I already talked with,
So he's already wasted the time of, this is what, 4 people on 3 calls now. Like, dude, the answer is not going to change.
One of your other co-workers, he kind of told me the same thing that I asked a question about, but I'll be really quick. I'm from an Imagine Michigan location. I'm 21. My name is David. I have a younger cousin in Illinois. He just lost his job, and I'm trying to help him find a new one as quickly as possible. He's a little younger than me. So, in Michigan, you're required to be 17 years old to be a bartender because our governor approved a law in June 2022 for 17-year-olds to be a bartender.
Way too many details, dude. Nobody cares.
Before June 2022, it was 18 back in June 2021. So, what about in your state, in Illinois? How old do you have to be a bartender?
To serve in Illinois, you have to be, I believe you have to be one in our jurisdiction.
Say again?
You have to be 21 to serve in this city.
Okay, and that would also mean that and just for one more verification, you also have to be 16 in order to work at any Imagine movie theater location, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because your coworker said that with a work permit you could be younger than 16.
Just imagine in general, because of the liquor, the bar on the premises, it's 16. You can't take special permits, unfortunately.
I didn't think so. Yeah, because alcohol, you do have to be. It varies by state and everything and stuff.
No, it doesn't, dude. You have to be 21.
I'll help my cousin out. Like, maybe there's gotta be a different job somewhere. I mean, he can still probably work at your location because he is over 16 years old. Do you have any openings for jobs? I imagine.
You said he's not 16.
We are currently hiring for just the general team member job. Yes.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him to apply, but he will have to wait till he is older to serve alcohol. I wish he lived in Michigan. He could be 17 or 18.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later. He could serve alcohol with me in, imagine, Michigan. All right. Well, anyways, I'll see you later. Thanks for helping me out.
You are welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Oh my god, that was a fucking autistic call if I ever heard it. Dude, oh my god, his people skills are awful. Clearly he doesn't know how to hold a conversation on the telephone.
I find that phone call to be the most unsettling of the three. Earl recites a law passed in June 2022 by Gretchen Whitmer that allows 17-year-olds to serve alcohol in Michigan. Earl believes this to be a key piece of evidence in his innocence. There's a couple problems with that. The incident that happened at Imagine movie theaters happened before this law was passed. And even if it was, 17 is still underage. It is the age people have always claimed his coworker to be. So absolutely none of these phone calls help him in any way. They just give us a little bit of insight as to what Bowser's been up to these past couple months, going through anything and everything to try to prove his innocence, claiming that we framed him, all of this is fake, and we are gaslighting the entire public. It's all so ironic when you consider this began from him making a video called Smokey MCC is a Predator, with absolutely zero evidence to back it up. There are mountains of evidence against Earl.
He seems to hate predators as much as me. It'd be kind of hard to see him as one, so I'm kind of 1000% sure that Smokey is not a predator and Bowser is the piece of shit. Kiwi just said before I paused it, mountains of evidence against Earl, literally nothing against Smokey. Fuck you, Earl, dude, you fat piece of shit.
And there are mountains of eyes on him. Especially after this return, people are very interested in what he's been up to. But even so, you might be asking yourselves, how did we find this new YouTube channel, Whatever Broski, where these phone calls had been posted? Well, we look no further than r/TheWhiteBowser on Reddit. An account called My1000Throwaway69 would make a Reddit post about the phone calls mere minutes after Bowser had posted it to Whatever Broski. At the time, Bowser was masquerading as a troll, so he would title his Reddit posts with extremely negative comments about himself. Despite this extra layer of protection, Bowser was quickly found out and called out over on the subreddit. He would go back and forth with people in the comments for a little while, but he wouldn't post again for some time. While this was all happening, Smokey MCC dropped his video updating everyone on the situation, letting everybody know that Bowser was back, he had sent him an email, making everything public. Like all the other Bowser videos, it's hit with a privacy complaint. A privacy complaint means that someone has put in a complaint to YouTube that they do not want to be included in your video. There are no direct consequences, but it is still something that you don't want. Bowser will do these to damn near every single video that is posted about him. Of course, as always, Bowser denied making the privacy complaints, and he would return to Reddit with one of his final posts of this current saga, titled, "I didn't want to create a Kiwi Farms account, so I'll post this here. I saw gossip on Kiwi Farms that says I was fired from Kroger's for being another minor. I would like to say this is categorically false.
Yeah, we got a Kroger's here.
More gossip. It has already been
we got a Fred
confirmed
Meyer's,
by
but
another so-called ex-Kroger employee that posted in this subreddit. I was fired from Kroger for being caught shopping on the clock. Even the so-called ex-Kroger employee that posted in this subreddit with an AMA was asked if I ever harassed anyone at Kroger, and they said if he did, it would have spread like wildfire through the workplace. So no. So once again, this is more gossip being spread around about me by trolls. I don't even know for sure if he was fired from Kroger.
So he's saying that the word of some singular Kroger employee is now gospel because this employee said no, it would have spread like wildfire if Earl had done something. So no, it didn't happen. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Oh my god, look at dude, your hair. It looks so gross and nasty. It's the Walmart version of a sharp ass haircut.
Kroger. Bowser just wants to lump in all these rumors so that it makes the things that he actually did look fake.
He looks like such a bitch sitting there. Look at that. Oh, just
Fake, or at least more questionable. Bowser likes to hide behind accusing us of bullying him or harassing him instead of facing.
I don't know if any guys out there in the audience that have been around with my channel since the early days, you would know that I used to issue a lot of fight offers to like Cyrax, Jared Genesis. I offered to fight Cyrax one-handed, you know, just because of size discrepancy. But anyways, where I'm going with this is that Earl Doobie, if you would ever like to have a 15-minute sparring match, 3 5-minute rounds, full MMA rules, will wear cups, rash guard, hand wraps, gloves, mouthpieces. We can put on headgear if you want to. You can. I'm not. If you can go 15 minutes without either A, being knocked out by me, or B, being choked out by me, then I will C, cut you a check for $5,000. But if I can knock your fat fucking ass out, if I can strangle your bitch ass, you got to cut me a check for $5,000 and we will give it to a children's charity of my choice. And I would love to strangle a pedophile to get that money. Live stream it, figure out a way to get some donations coming in. You know, the more money that we could get brought in, the more money that we could give to a children's charity. I think that would make my channel a winner. It would be a place where A, you can see pedophiles get beaten up, and B, you can give money to kids that need it. Fucking win-win if I've ever heard it. Push this video in front of his fat fucking face. Let's get it in front of his eyes. Let's push him into a corner. Let's make it happen. And if any bigger channels see this and you want to help make it happen, get on the live stream and, you know, be the ones that broadcast it, let a brother know. Let's make this shit happen. Reach out. I would love to beat up a pedophile for you guys. I'll gladly just give my time to do it. I'm just such a giver. I'm a good man. I mean, if that doesn't say philanthropist, I don't know what does.
The reality that we've done nothing but state the facts to the people. And of course, he's admitted to all of these things throughout our many podcasts that he willingly did with us. No one forced him to stay on. No one forced him to say all the stuff he did. All of it is calculated to make the accusations against him look fake. I've finished round 1 interview with the content creator who has agreed to do the video documentary on me. He has instructed me to stop engaging with the trolls on any form of social media, including the forums, Reddit, email, and otherwise, so we can focus on the video being made. There is supposed to be 3 rounds of interviews I will have with this content creator to get the truth out about everything. And yes, the full documentary about me will not be released until late 2024 or early next year. I've heard Earl reference this documentary numerous times. Is it legit or just some long troll someone's playing, trying to gatekeep him? I have no idea, but it certainly is interesting that we'll have a supposed date for his official return. I also saw more gossip being spread around about me that I have a job as a bartender now. Once again, all of you can keep guessing and panicking about what my new job is, but I will not tell you, and I'm not going to update my LinkedIn either to clue you in on it. I'm making a lot of money though. Rest assured that much. If
Looks
you want
like
to
it.
call every business within a 15-mile radius of my house, be my guest. But you will never find my job. Needle in a haystack, imbeciles. Also, take this as a truth or not, I don't care either way. I am not the one reporting the videos Smokey MCC is making about.
Yes, you are.
I have
Absolutely.
been all the past 7 months. When I said I moved on, I meant it. And when I said make 200 more videos about me on YouTube, I don't give a shit, I meant it. so I have no idea who is reporting the videos being made on me. In the meantime, keep squirming around and stew in your juices. See ya. Earl is actively encouraging the people that dislike him the most to dig into him deeper. What Earl thought would be a massive turn against me and Smokey turned out to just be the second coming of people looking into him. Basically, challenging people on the internet to find where you work is never a good idea, and all Earl has accomplished through this whole new saga is bringing more people to look at him. It has completely backfired, and I really thought that this post would be the last we would hear of him, but legitimately as I'm recording this video, I get a call from my friend Smokey MCC. He says that Bowser has sent him another massive email where he says some pretty wild stuff. I don't even know why I should respond. The only thing I can say is you, all of you, are so weak-minded to a point that I do not understand it on a fundamentally mental level. This hate campaign is starting to span
a fundamentally mental level. Okay.
And 2 years. That's a waste of time and a waste of your life. I was not raised from childhood or faith to focus on hating someone for this long, or as much, and yet you have let it become your entire YouTube brand. Do you know how pathetic and immature that is? You were not even my victim, and yet you act like I hurt you. If I enjoyed groping women, I would keep doing it. But it is not something I find joy in, nor do I find joy in engaging with someone like you, whose entire empire and financial backing rests on hating one person. You define me based on one accident I did in my life, something I would never do again because I feel remorse and regret for doing it to her in the first place. Not to mention everyone saw it when it happened.
See, he's upset that he got caught. He's not sorry that he did it. He's sorry he got caught.
So it was not something I tried to hide like a bad person would do. Maybe when you actually learn that I wrote her an apology letter, you might understand, but such a secret will have to wait until the documentary comes out. For now, though, I would like you to please stop saying that I f***ed a minor, because the only reason you say it is for the mob mentality to continue, and to keep the clicks rolling in. I have screenshots saying that Redacted started working at Imagine Macomb around April 2019. I have 3 audio recordings that state you must be 16 to work at any Imagine location. I have screenshots from Tyler Colby that what I told you was false about blank being 17. She was always 18. Even if you do the math, it does not add up. If Redacted were 16 until April 2019, that means 2 years later in April 2021, they became 18 years old. They were all adults. The incident at the movie theater happened just before Fast and Furious 9 came out, June 24th, 2021. This would mean that blank was not a minor. She was well into being 18 years old when it happened. And yet you are so delusional to do the math, the dates, the audio recordings, and the screenshots that you still think otherwise. Stop spreading lies about me. I do not enjoy what I did to her, and my boss, blank, should have let me take accountability for how I hurt her and gave her that apology letter. I trusted him to do it when he told me he would do it, and he let me down. The entire world will know what I wrote in that letter in the next few months. The guilt I felt for what I did to her haunted me, and that's why I wrote the letter to give her closure. But you don't care about this. You don't care about any of this anymore. Over 75% of your monetary income now is built upon a constant stream of hate towards me. It's sickening when I wasn't even the one to hurt you. Just a little side note, yeah, you tried to ruin his entire YouTube channel through false allegations, Earl, and then ended up getting called out on legitimate allegations against you. You can't act like you have done nothing to no one. Let's get back into the email.
Yeah.
Hate drama lasting this long doing is fucking brainwashing and pure propaganda. It's absurd. I never wanted to hurt her, and I was never attracted to her. She was too young for me in the first place, even if she was 18 at the time. I hate that I keep having to, add in little side notes, but this is not what you said, Earl. You've stated on numerous occasions that you were into her and her twin sister, so that's a completely invalid point that you made. I actually had eyes for a different woman in the theater at the time. Her name was Blank, and she was 22. Every woman I have ever asked out, or have been attracted to, has been over the age of 18. Blank was over the age of 18. She was the same age as me. Blank, my second girlfriend, was 20. Blank, we met on a dating site when she was 36. Blank was 22 when I asked her out. Do any of these women I am naming sound like children to you? Of course they don't,
made-up
because I am
figments
not
of imagination.
to children, nor am I a pal. Get that through your...
You're so fucking stupid. You think anybody's gonna believe these lies? They're not even good lies, dude.
Your fucking head. But once again, nothing of what I say here matters to you. Just like Cyrax is to Marty, Bowser is to Smokey. You know when I said I moved on? I still hold by that, dude. I don't hate you. I just don't understand you. A person who keeps a hate brigade going for this long for money is what a terrible bully does. People who bully others are insecure. That is the root
You're a sex
of all
offender.
bullying and hate.
Who cares?
Insecurity. This is why I am not the one false flagging your videos. I do not have the time or energy to waste on that which is useless to me. Clearly, though, you have all the time in the world to talk about people, to hate day in and day out. You know when I first warned you about the iDubbbz effect? I thought you'd listen. But if you want your entire YouTube community to be based around attack and hate, you shouldn't be surprised when people block you on Twitter, dude. Anyways, I've said enough, and I've said my piece. Goodbye. That little ending bit actually says a lot about what Earl's been up to these past couple months he's been offline. He's obviously been looking at our Twitters and seen how upset we were to be blocked by Boogie, Wings, and Tipster. Bowser also talks about how 75% of our YouTube income comes from him. This basically proves that he's been watching the streams these past couple months as well. So I really don't believe him when he says he's moved on. I also don't believe him when he says he hasn't been privacy complaining the videos. The videos I have made about the stuff he's done have been some of the only on my channel to receive these kinds of complaints. Bowser even admitted to me one time that both he and his mother had left a privacy complaint on my TheWhiteBowser documentary, so I know he's done it before. Another thing I really want to talk about is this apology letter that he keeps referencing. He believes that once the whole world reads this letter, he's going to be proven innocent of everything. This baffles me because even if the letter is read, it doesn't change that he's still done it and he's admitted to doing it. Just like the whole contention with her age. I doubt the public opinion of what you did would be too different if it was proven that she was 18, which might I add she was not at the time. And why is all of this being mentioned just now? If this is such important key information, why did you withhold it when we did all of our interviews together? I had so many questions, and honestly, I didn't believe that they would be answered until his predetermined return date of 2025. But with what seems to be a recurring theme throughout this video as I'm setting down making it, I get a text from Smokey MCC saying that he had received yet another email from Earl and that it would further discuss some of the topics elaborated on in the one I just read. And this one even mentions me. A massive shout out to Smokey MCC for providing all these emails. You can also find them over on his Twitter, they're very public. Be sure to go check out his channel. Link in the description below. Alright, apparently I have to email you one more time to get a few things straight with you. The content creator I am working with for the documentary said we need to take a break from producing it for a few weeks because one of his family members is close to passing. To be clear with you once again, I am not the one reporting the videos you or Kiwi Tapes are making.
Dude, come on.
I don't have time for it, and I don't want to associate with either of you in any way. Now, I have received emails from certain people claiming to be the ones flagging your videos you are making on me. These people wish to remain anonymous because they are afraid of you and your fanbase, Smokey. They all know how your content and your fanbase focuses around harassment and hate campaigns around people, and they do not like that. Him getting emails like this doesn't surprise me. I'm sure that some of them are trollsome, but if they are true, I mean, privacy complaints levied by someone who isn't even in the video are completely worthless, and will do nothing algorithmically or monetarily to the video. And I would also say to these people that you really have nothing to fear out of me and Smokey. We're not these boogeymen that Bowser make us out to be. He wants to sit there and claim that our entire community is built around harassment.
Nobody thought you were a boogeyman, bro. We know that you and Smokey are dope. We love you guys.
Bullying, because it's the perfect defense for all the crappy stuff that he's done. In my opinion, there is a huge difference on being called out for doing terrible things and bullying. And if what you and your false flagging friends claim to be true is actually the case, then our YouTube channels would have been deleted a long time ago. Alright, let's get back into the email here. Whether they are flagging your videos to ally with me or be against you, I cannot be sure. What I can say is it is not me flagging your videos, and it is not the content creator I am working with flagging your videos either. There are unknown third parties at work here. Now, if you think otherwise, that your community is so positive, I would like you to take a nice long look at the kind of content you make. Every one of your videos you and Kiwi Tapes produce revolve around labeling certain people in a bad light for things they have done. You have made tweets before about how people block your entire community from attacking them after you make one video on them. That is launching a hate campaign on people. A quick little side note, I have always been baffled as to why Earl believes he should be exempt from criticism. Every other person in the world would be criticized for doing these things, but Earl wants to act like it is because of some kind of label or diagnosis that all these people hate him. And if anyone has incited harassment, it has been Earl, with his constant stream of doxing and inability to not provoke his biggest haters. And then you wonder why people like Mr. Muda get banned from YouTube for harassment and hate when they produce nearly the same kind of content as you. It is the exact same principle as when Leafy attacked Pokimane all those years ago. At least Kiwi Tapes puts in his video descriptions to not harass or send hate towards any person the video documentary is based on. You don't do this at all. You don't seem to care about the toxicity and lack of self-control your community has. I hate to keep making side notes here, but how are me and Smokey complicit in everything that people that watch our videos do? That makes absolutely no sense. Those people have their own free will to do whatever they want. It's not a good thing to get known for on YouTube. Even iDubbbz himself acknowledges that the past videos he made he regrets doing because of how toxic his community became. The last thing I want to say to you is to not listen to any of the clout chasers in your comments sections. I do not know where my victim lives, so it is quite impossible that I stalked her and drove to her house. I am not attracted to her, nor do I care to know how she is doing. And once again, if you're going to prove this rumor, you're going to need to file for an FOIA and produce a restraining order that claims otherwise, that redacted made against me. If you cannot do either of these things, you should not be able to trust the things you are hearing about me from your fan base. Now, if you or Kiwi Tapes wishes to make more videos on me, you can gladly do that. I don't really blame you or hate you for doing so. This economy sucks right now with inflation anyways, and no one having enough money to buy food. It's like I said before, Smokey. Over 7 months have gone by since September 2023. I've moved on in my life. I went to do better things with my time. I got a higher paying job. I stopped associating with my past, and I live in the present. If you
Bullshit.
If you are wondering why I was in the video editing Discord server, you can interview any of the moderators in that Discord, including, yeah, I'm gonna redact all those. All of them will come to my defense that I did not prey on any minors in that Discord. I only joined that server for one thing: video editing, which is what I am passionate about and love to do. You and your community, however, seem to be stuck in an infinite loop. Ask yourself one simple thing. Have you or Kiwi Tapes went one single live stream without having read out a donation saying TheWhiteBowser is a predator? That's an obsession, my guy. An unhealthy hate obsession that is starting to span 2 years now. Even after I stopped talking to you and Kiwi Tapes altogether. The fact that all of you are holding on to this grudge of hate against me for so long, when I was not even the one to hurt you, is pathetic. The ones who rely on hate are weak-minded, and hate is a weak emotion. Ever heard the phrase, misery loves company? Do you enjoy making people you do videos on miserable because you are miserable yourself? Once again, these are Earl's words. None of the goals of any of my videos are to bully, harass, or make any of the subjects feel miserable. They are merely to discuss allegations and proven facts of things that they have done. Nor do I incite my audience against these people like you used to, Earl. So all of these points are invalid when you realize that these things that Earl is accusing us of doing, he's done at least at some point in the past himself. Accusing us of projection while heavily projecting himself. This whole thing is massively ironic. That's insecurity, Smokey. That's the root of all bullying and hate, is being insecure about yourself or someone else. And I do not hate you, but I will never understand you, because I was not taught from birth or faith to hate and bully someone this much, for this long, for something I never even did to you. Anyways, I can't talk to you anymore. This will be my last reply I send to you. That was a doozy, guys. I mean, he wrote us basically a whole essay there in 2 emails. A lot to unpack. First thing I want to discuss is my disbelief of there being a legitimate documentary made about him. The fact that the documentarian is currently taking a couple of weeks off because he has a sick relative is kinda fishy, along with needing to wait until 2025 to finish it. There are just a lot of things here that aren't really adding up to being a legit thing that Earl's involved with. More and more, I think that this is a person that is trying to get him to refrain from interacting with people online, in an attempt to let all of this TheWhiteBowser hype die down. Earl also alleges that we have been doing nothing these past 7 months but harassing him, when we have—
It looks like he's getting bigger and bigger every time we see a clip of him. Like, even his fucking forehead's getting fat. That's ridiculous.
Have very rarely covered him in that period of time, and that the only reason we are discussing him now is because he is reaching out to Smokey over and over. He also compares us to iDubbbz, warning us of the toxicity a community can harbor. No matter your opinion on iDubbbz, I think it's pretty clear why his community got so toxic so quick. I mean, their catchphrase was just a combination of 2 slurs, and he would travel into the sewers to eat pickles. I really don't think there's any comparison between a channel like iDubbbz's and a channel like me and Smokey's. What we're doing isn't some content cop-like thing. We're just making documentaries and update videos on people we find interesting around the internet. Earl also claims that we have a hate obsession for him, when your whole reason for returning, Earl, was your hate obsession with us. The only reason that Earl has popped his head back out right now—
Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the face of the person. The glasses, the greasy haircut, the greasy forehead, the sausage-like fingers, the titties. Face of a predator. Look how his glasses are fucking crooked.
Is because he saw a few people being critical of me and
That's a good thumbnail right there. Voila.
Smokey for our interview with Jupiter the Hybrid. They are entitled to their opinions. This is not an echo chamber by any means. And I think Earl misinterpreted this as a rallying point against me and Smokey. Previously in the video, you hear an Earl quote, "You may have won the battle, but you will not win the war." His whole plan was to gather up people that didn't particularly like me or Smokey and rally them against us. This backfired on Earl massively, because the dislike they had for me and Smokey paled in comparison to what they had for him, in the process inciting numerous forum websites which are notoriously good at finding information. But rest assured, any consequence that Earl perceives to have had from resurfacing at this time, he will put on me and Smokey. If the documentary gets canceled, oh well, that's Kiwi and Smokey's fault. If more people start to email him, oh that's Kiwi and Smokey's fault. Especially trying to paint Smokey as some kind of grand villain who has ruined his life, when it is Bowser who has put himself in this situation, made his decisions, and
Bowser's hair looks like a bunch of shaved pubes. Look at that fucking hairline. It looks like his hairline is backing away the way a child should back away from a predator. Predator joke.
and taken these actions. He can blame us and accuse us all he wants, but it's not the truth. No one would even be talking about him right now if he hadn't returned to gloat about his new documentary and supposed people who had turned against me and Smoke. At the beginning, he thought he had numerous smoking guns, but as soon as they're proven to all be duds, he goes back to saying that me and Smokey are inciting harassment against him. This is not the case, and I highly recommend that no one interact with Bowser. My personal theory as to why he doxes so many locations and so many names is so that his trolls can get themselves into trouble, and in turn, makes him look more innocent. Do I believe this will be the last time we see the White Bowser? No. But do
That's a really good theory, Kiwi. That's probably right, too.
I think it's the last time we'll see him for a good long while? Yeah, I really do. He seems dedicated to this new documentary that's being produced, and scrounging up any information that he can use against me or Smokey. It had been months since we last heard from Bowser. People were moving on to cover different things. There wasn't any more to be uncovered. But like the onion this story continues to be, there are layers on layers, and I highly doubt that this is the end of things. That's all I have on the White Bowser today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a doozy, one of the longer videos I've ever made. So the fact that you'd watch all the way to the end really means the world to me. It does wonders for the video and the channel, and I can't tell you how thankful I am. I'm also extremely thankful for all of my channel members, my tapists. You guys are the foundation of this community. I can't thank you all enough for your sage wisdom and insights, as well as all of the amazing emojis you spam. And whoever's hearing this video right now, listening to my words, thank you for watching. Time is the most valuable thing that we have, and the fact that you'd spend a little bit here with me means a lot. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time it is, make it a good time. And be sure to keep it.
David, I'm sorry to disturb you today. So I have a younger cousin, and I'm trying to help him find a job. He's a little young, so I need to ask you, what is the minimum age requirement you have to be to work at an Imagine movie theater location?
You have to be 16 or older.
Okay.
Guys, if you made it to the end of that video, I do appreciate it so very, very much. If you're new around here, thank you for taking the time to check out the channel of the video. Fuck, that means a lot. And if you're one of my OGs, you guys already know how I feel about each and every single one of you. I love and appreciate all you fuckers out there. It means a lot that you're still here, especially at the end of the video. Like Kiwi said, his was 50 minutes, and so far mine is an hour, 7 minutes before editing. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you again for being here. I'll see you in the next one.